What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are at SEMA in Las Vegas, Nevada. So as you guys can see, we are inside the booth now of iKamper. And what we're gonna do today is we are gonna walk around, show you guys all of their new stuff they're gonna be releasing in 2022. There aren't any exact dates as of right now, but everything that I'm seeing here so far is pretty cool, to be honest. And I thought that they were cool already, but all their new colors, the designs, and the couple new tents that they have going on is completely different. So let's take a look. So first off, we're going to be talking about my Tacoma here. So this is the brand new tent view from the front. You guys can kind of see here, this is a wedge style, so similar to what is on the market already, but of course, being iKamper, they had to change it up a little bit and do different things, which is pretty rad because that's one of the main reasons why we like iKamper so much. So first off, you guys can see here, they do have a channel that allows you to put like a track nut inside that channel. And then it's a little bit different than other companies because this top piece comes down and completely seals the whole tent. So that way, if rain does happen, then you won't get anything inside. And as you kind of see here, there is a light bar mount on the very front. So this obviously wouldn't work with our setup just because we have this here and we have lights already in the front. But if we wanted to put this in the front and we didn't have any lights in the front, or we didn't have a roof rack at all, that light bar would come in very handy. And another vehicle that this would work really well on is a 4Runner. So if you guys had a roof rack on a 4Runner and you guys didn't want to put light bars on the rack, you could put the light bar directly onto the tent, which is pretty cool. I don't think I've seen that in any other tents on the market currently. And obviously you guys can see here, we do have a bike mounted to the top of it, and we are using a 1-up bike mount. So this is up there and it's pretty strong. Another feature, which is right here, let me see if I can swing by to the front, maybe you can see it. So right there on the very back, you guys can see that that is a solar panel on the very back there. So you can run 1, 2, or 3 on this wedge style iKamper, and that will allow you to have power, obviously charging your secondary battery, charging your power station, or pretty much anything you want. And lastly, the color of the new colors of these tents are a gray and a black color. So everything is super stealth, and you'll see the theme continues onto the other tents. But besides that, we're not going to get super specific with all the tents just because the features might change by 2022. These are pretty much their first prototype. So it's just showing you kind of a overall what it would look like before, you know, the production models. But you can see here the struts on the outside as well. And yeah, this is going to be the first one that we show you guys. I don't know if they have a name for it just yet, but I believe it's going to be called the CYC. And yeah, but now that we've seen this, let's go check out the other ones. Right behind my truck, we have Mike's truck. So you guys know Mike from Last Line of Defense. He's also in this booth as well, rocking the new SkyCamp 3.0 Mini. So as you guys can see, The new color scheme is super stealth, the black and the gray. This is the gloss black, as you guys can see, glossy. And this is one of the main improvements that I really like. So they got rid of the chrome. This is kind of like a brush, flat looking metal-ish color. Pretty cool. They got rid of the red as well. So it kind of goes really, really well with everything as far as look-wise. The functionality of it, the size of it, I think is the same. The one thing they did change is the latch system here, which we'll show you guys on an open or a closed model if they had one. They don't have one out here, but let me see if I can show you guys up there. Just can't really see it, but up there, the latch is now on top for those of you guys who have the iKamper already. Normally this latch here, this loop, is hooked in on the bottom, but now it's looped and hooked on the top of the cover. So it's a lot easier to access, especially if you have a bed rack or a roof rack. So iKamper definitely listen to those of you guys who have mentioned it, and they made that change. But let's take a peek inside of this one real quick. So first of all, you may notice the new mattress. This is still memory foam or from some kind of foam in it, but it is quilted now, so that way it's a little bit more plush and enjoyable to lay in. And they have a Claymore light in here. Claymore makes amazing lights, but they are definitely a premium product just because of their price point. But inside, the gray theme continues. The map is still there. Struts look like they're improved struts in the back, and everything else is pretty much the same as far as I can see, at least. Next to that, we have the Annex Room. This is connected to the SkyCamp. Let me show you guys the back of this real quick. So this is the SkyCamp 3.0 full size. Has that upgraded silver in the back. So this room is massive. These lights as well. These are the Rebel Gear lights. You guys can find this on our website. These are our favorite lights to be using with rooftop tents. So look how big this room is. It is massive. So you have full walls that you can close. So this room will be entirely enclosed from the elements or anything like that. If you guys wanted to hang out in here, put your dog in here, put your kids in here, put a cot out here. This is basically like a small living room. You could probably lay 1, 2, 3, 4 cots in here comfortably. And yeah, this is pretty badass. So the Annex Room, a lot of you guys have asked me when you would need it or why. So a good point is that if you guys are camping at one spot for a while, like a couple days, then the Annex Room is definitely the way to go. That way you have all this living area. You guys can cook in here since this wall is mesh. Everything, all the smell and everything will go out. So definitely a huge plus if you guys find yourself camping in one spot for a few days or more. Up here, you guys have the huge mattress. This is a king size mattress. So as you guys can see, very, very big. Let me flip this light on real quick so you guys can see here. There we go. So another Claymore light. Big sunroof. And we got windows on both sides. The map, the improved struts, and yeah, new mattress. There's actually a new one we'll show you guys in a bit, but this is already a big improvement from the one that I have already. So we are in the back of the booth here, so we can show you guys a side-by-side size comparison between the Mini SkyCamp 3.0 and the full-size 3.0. The 2.0 is the exact same size, so if you guys have the 2.0, this is what it will look like. So, pretty big difference. Definitely my favorite tent over there just because of the size and the family that I go with. But next to that here, we have the XCover. This has been out for some time now, but they really didn't like the zipper design that they had on it, so they fully designed it, and this is the end result. So there is no hard shell. That's the first thing you're going to notice, like the SkyCamp. So I'm going to show you guys the Mini real quick. This is the XCover Mini, and this is on our RAV4 here. This is our 2019 RAV4. So as you guys can see, it fits it really well, and their new system deletes the zipper setup. So now it's like a bungee style that you can tighten back there. Basically this will come up and over just by lifting it. Let's see if I can show you guys this one-handed. So down here has the same Velcro system. You can undo, and then there's a nice little hook right here that you can take off, and then this is how you would tighten it, by pulling that to tighten it. That way it doesn't flop in the wind when you guys are driving. But you guys can kind of see it cinched up here, but you would fold it over, complete over, and it would just be folded up, and then this will fold out, doubling the size of the footprint that it has. So the one thing that it is different with the XCover is that the XCover does not fully double in size. I'm going to show you guys what I mean here. So this is the footprint where it would be on your bed or your roof rack, and then here is a spot where it folds out. So as you guys can see, this is the end, and that's where it actually folds out. So as you guys can see, you guys would lose about 4 inches on both sides on the SkyCamp compared to the XCover, where it would double its size from front to back. Can't really see it here. Let me go over here. So it's right there, that's the end, and it's the exact same size. So an extra 4 inches on both sides times the length of that is a lot. So here's the inside. So the front is the same as the XCover, but the back is so much bigger. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but this tent is massive, and like you get all that space that you normally wouldn't get on the SkyCamp. Still get all the lights. You get 4 windows instead of the map that goes on the back. It's another reason why I like this one. The hard shell is cool, and a lot of people do like it, but I guess it's just personal preference. But I personally like having all the windows, the extra room on the side, in the back here, and you guys can see here the arms or the support of the tent. So on the SkyCamp, it has the strut on each side. This has 3 bars that would pivot. That way it can, when you swing it out, it keeps the whole tent up. And of course, the awesome new color looks really good on this one because you don't really see any, there's no shell, so you see all of it. But yeah, this is nice. The rain fly is super nice. Got the poles in here, extend it out so you can have the window open if it rains, and you can still get fresh air in there, and even stick your head out if you want to. And this is the side or the front entrance. There's the front entrance of the Sky Camp. Very similar as far as entrance, but of course you do get the back window as well, so it doesn't matter where you park. When you get to camp, you will have a nice view, 360 view of anywhere you're at. So the other cool thing with the XCover is going to be right on top here. So as you guys can see, it has 2 load bars on the top of it. So this is basically a hybrid rooftop tent. Hybrid being that it is still a bag style tent, but it is a hardtop as well. They are one of the first to do it, and there has been lots of others that have copied them as well. But that is a super cool feature, so that way if you guys wanted to put something on top like a bike rack or a canoe or pretty much anything you want to throw on top, you guys can do so with those 2 load bars. So another brand new product that I'm going to be showing you guys here is this one here. This is similar or pretty much the same tent that I showed you guys at the very beginning, the CYC, or whatever the name they decide to choose it later on is. But this is a single person tent. So if you find yourself going out a lot by yourself, this might be the tent for you. It's going to be definitely more affordable than the other ones, and it's tiny, so that way, for example, here, if this was your roof rack, you had the single person tent, you can have an awning mounted to it, and you can even put like max tracks next to it, or rotor packs, or anything else that you want to mount right next to it, and then still have your awning all like in a row like that on your roof rack or bed rack, whatever you like. But everything else, like the solar panel mount, is the same, just like that one. The other new thing iKamper is releasing in 2022 is going to be these bags along with those, which we'll show you guys in just a sec. So this one is a fully waterproof bag. This is pretty much a wet bag. You could throw anything you want on it and then mount it to the top of the CYC roof rack. It'll have these really nice clips, super strong. That way it would never fall off on the trail, on the highway, anything like that. So this bag inside has another bag that's insulated and waterproof. So kind of like a double layer. And you guys can see here they mounted a fish car axe to the channel that I talked about earlier. That channel right there, they put this axe mount. You can also use this for a shovel. So this awning here that we just kind of threw at you guys real quickly, we will get into that in just a second. That's what's on the Tacoma there, and it is a hard shell. So just 1 second on that. We're gonna pop over here to talk about their new sleeping stuff. So over here we have iKamper's new sleeping equipment. So this is a sleeping bed slash blanket that you can zip up. This is their sleeping bag here. You can see mummy style, or it might be the exact same thing as this. I personally don't know, just because it's so brand new. So this one might have that same mummy hood on that one. And down here we have their new sleeping mattress. So pretty cool, because inside there is a material. It's not just air, it's like fabric or something on the inside. Fillable, obviously. And this is their new compressor that they'll provide with the new mattress. So this is going to be a 3-inch or 3.5 or so. So it's going to be a big upgrade in the bed for inside of the tents. So when this releases, I think they will be selling it as a product on its own, so that way if you guys have a 2.0 or an older tent, that you guys can still upgrade to this mattress here and sleep in comfort. Alrighty, so now we can talk about their new 270 awning that they are releasing in 2022 as well. A bunch of stuff coming for 2022. So as you can see, full 270 comes all the way to the bed rack, even covers this little hole that I always complain about on the OVS tent, and then you can stretch it out by using the provided strap that they give you. You can go as far as you want. And then of course we have the Rebel Gear lights to illuminate the cooking area, the hangout area underneath. So it swings out all the way over here. So this thing is massive, all the way to the front. And then the same thing in the front, you can use the provided straps to tie it down to anything to pull it tight. And let me brighten this up a little bit so you guys can see here. This is the 270 shell. So most 270 shells are made out of the bag style, so that way, you know, it's cheaper to manufacture. But you know, if you do go on trails and there are tight trees and spots, as you guys know, that could get ripped pretty easy. And we have had a couple scratches on ours, no tears on the OVS 270 awning yet, but there are definitely a lot of deep scratches on there. So what iKamper did is they did theirs in a hard shell. So the only other company that I know that makes a hard shell awning, not a 270 awning, but a regular awning, is ARB. So as you guys can see here, hard shell. This is it here. Full aluminum, I believe. Super nice latches. And it is hooked in on the bottom here. That way, if you do have a tall vehicle like I do, you can just grab it from underneath and unlatch it. The side has this rubber, I guess, shield or cover to prevent any water to get inside. It's basically when you pop this lid open, this will come off. You guys can see here, and it'll just kind of dangle there, or you can remove it completely and then put it back. They're just held in by these little nubs at the end here, just like that. So very, very nice. In the back here, very similar to other mounting system, they have a track. You can drop the bolt in there, and then we can mount it to a roof rack or anything like that. I believe this is their mount. But on our vehicle, we do have a different mount, just because we do have to get over the side plate on our bed rack and roof rack. They have the same plate, but there is about a ½ inch or so that we have to get over. You guys can see here, this right here is our load bar, and there's about ½ inch or so. So it does have to come up, which we use our Running for Tacos awning brackets to get over that. So we weren't able to use their brackets, but if you guys have something that's completely flat, their brackets will work just fine. A couple other features I want to mention about the awning is the build quality of it. So this tent is freestanding, so you could use it without the legs, but they popped out the legs just for the event. So, and it fits right into this channel, which is pretty sleek. So you don't have to have like a Velcro like the OVS has. So pretty cool. And another thing with this is that nothing is welded. It looks like everything is put together. So on the OVS, it actually has a lot of welds, and their welds aren't amazing just because they just have a manufacturer make them. So there's no one really with high quality welds that are doing their awnings. But yeah. So that's the 270 awning that iKamper is releasing next year. We're going to be talking about their new cooking ware. So this is their new line. This is the Disco. Here's a picture of it here. So it's very similar to the Scottle, but it has a few cool things that I personally like over the Scottle, this being one of them. So you can use this leg to cook over a fire, like here, and you can use it to cook right on top, like how you would normally. It comes with these nice, well, it comes with this one wooden table. This one I think is just theirs that they put on there. So this is the wooden table here. It has the metal ring, so that way you can hold utensils using the hooks. So this piece here, very different than the Scottle for a couple reasons. So this is actually some type of enamel, so you can actually wash this and use soap and use like something to scrub it. Whereas the Scottle, you can't really wash it because it will rust, and you have to basically lubricate it to keep it from rusting. With this, you can wash it and then you can just throw it in the bag that it comes with. There's not as much maintenance with this one compared to the Scottle, because that's the one main reason why I don't pull the Scottle out as often, just because I hate bringing the oil to basically lubricate it and keep it lubricated. So the handle's nice as well, and a couple other things. Their burner is super awesome. So this is a high-powered burner, and that you can run butane or propane off of it with the adapter. Cool thing with the burner is that you can take it off of this and use it on a tabletop. So if you don't want to bring this whole entire thing out, you can literally just take this out, put it on top of your tailgate, and then just start cooking with it if you're in a rush. So that's another cool thing with that. And then these legs are obviously height adjustable. The chain lock is also adjustable, so you can lower and raise it. It has a really nice mechanism to lock the chain in place, and it's smooth, and there's just a lot of cool things with it. So this is definitely going to be a big game changer as far as cooking off-road compared to the Scottle. And this is the bags that these new Disco is going to come in. Obviously this is for the disc, and this is for the legs and everything else. So here's the other kitchen utensil cooking platform that iKamper has. So this is the iOx. So you guys can see it comes in basically a box, and then it folds out to this. So that way you have 1, 2, 3 tables, and then you have 2 super strong burners that can run either propane or butane as well. And then in here is gonna be all of your storage. So they call it the iOxes because it's the all-in-one kitchen something. I forgot the last word. But basically you can put all your utensils here. You can put your propane in here, your butane in here, your pans, your pots. You can put everything in here. And then that way it's all contained in this cube. And then when you get to camp, pull out the tables, pull out everything inside, and just start cooking, and everything is in one container. And yeah, it's pretty convenient. All right guys, I think that is everything that iKamper has on display and that they are going to be releasing in 2022. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, and if you guys have any questions, definitely hit us up, and hopefully we can answer them. I don't know if iKamper will be putting out any information yet, so don't contact them about new products just because they're gonna be like, we don't really have anything to tell you besides what they have shown us here already. But yeah, this is gonna be a bunch of cool new things that iKamper is releasing in 2022, and I'm pretty stoked about it just because we've been kind of hanging out with iKamper. The crew is super cool and their company is super rad. So we really like their product from the very beginning. So I'm super happy for them to see where they're at today with all their new products and how far they've come. And we've gotten a chance to tag along with them, and we really appreciate the team at iKamper. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any questions, just comment below. We'll try to get back to you guys as soon as we can, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.